Bob Knight Show is being brought to you in part by the good folks at Indiana Bell, by Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. By the Newell Company, a full-service welding equipment and gases distributor for Indiana and Ohio. And by American Fletcher National Bank, providing stability and professionalism in banking.
We're going to be talking to Pete here in just a minute, but you also have a couple other guests on the
We've got some people that I think our fans out there will enjoy watching and listening to. You're going to talk to Mac Petty for a few minutes, who did an outstanding job coaching his Wabash team to the Division III title last weekend. And I've known Mac for a long time. He's worked awfully hard at building the program at Wabash and certainly culminated in a great season for them. And then along with Pete Newell, you're going to be talking to Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke coach. Mike had the misfortune of not only having played for me, but having coached for me in his career in basketball. He's done an excellent job in the 2 years that he's been at Duke, and prior to that, the 5 years at West Point. Tell Bernie I know how much time we have left and to quit waving back in the corner. Mike is, I think, on his way to developing one of the country's truly outstanding programs at Duke. Pete, we've talked about Pete enough that I think our fans know Pete almost as well as we do, Chuck. Pete is the only coach in American basketball history to coach winning teams in the National Invitational Tournament in New York, the NCAA in 1959, and the Olympic gold medal winner representing the United States in 1960 in Rome. I think, without any reservation, Pete Newell is, to my way of thinking, the best basketball coach we've ever had. So I think you'll enjoy talking to these people, Chuck, and we'll be back in just a moment.
You said it. It takes all avenues, all divisions to make up the complete NCAA program, and Division III title this year went to Wabash's Little Giants. Mac Petty, the coach, a Buckeye, I might add, is with us right now, and congratulations, Mac, to you. Let's start off first about that Buckeye. You went to Worcester. And
Worcester High School.
You sat and watched Bobby when he played, and then you played against Bob.
I was in junior high when Bob was in high school, and so he was, the big name in the county. And then I got into high school, and he went on to Ohio State, and Bob Weltlich and I played against each other through high school.
Mm-hmm. Coach, Division III play has to be very dedicated, not only as far as players concerned, but as far as coaches concerned. Number one, no scholarships in Division III right now, so you really have to sort of take what comes to you, but you had an opportunity to put together a really fine team this year.
Well, we're fortunate. The kids that I have this year are young. We had two experienced ball players back from the last 2 years that had gone to the regional tournament. But as you said, Division III, we have no scholarships, but our recruiting is probably as much as 1 and 2. We get on the road and we try to beat the bushes for the kids that we think can play. We have a little bit harder time because Wabash is an all-men's institution.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the academics are difficult, and so we have to find the right kind of individual that can perform for us athletically and also academically.
Boy, you got one to lead the team this year. He's a 3.9 grade average in pre-law, I believe it is.
2.9.
2.9.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
2.9.
2.9 on a 3 scale, isn't that right? Yeah. Pete Metzlars, of course, who we're talking about, 6'8" and about 235. Boy, he was a find for you.
Well, a lot of people wonder how we got Pete Metzlars, because we don't have scholarships. But when Pete came to school, he was 6'6" and 200 pounds. And he was a quarterback in high school and a very good basketball player. And in his recruiting, a lot of schools didn't want him to play both sports. Mm-hmm. And Stan Parrish, our football coach, and we didn't really care, because we felt that if he came, maybe he'd make a decision on one or the other, and we were hoping that he would play both. And they changed him from a quarterback to tight end. And Pete started playing basketball that freshman year and made the transition from quarterback to tight end in football. And this year was a culmination of a great 4 years for Wabash College and also Pete Metzlars.
Mm-hmm. He's dedicated pretty much now to the NFL draft rather than NBA. Does that bother you in any way at all?
No. I think maybe he'd be better off playing professional football. It's really his choice. Mm-hmm. He really enjoys basketball and worked and was dedicated to doing a good job for us. He set all types of records in basketball, and he set a lot of records, in the football also. And maybe that avenue in the NFL would probably be the best thing for him.
Division III is going to hold its meetings tomorrow. Can you give me any idea what's really on the agenda?
Probably an agenda. Lots of times we've gone to that meeting and we're the stepchild. Maybe it's not right to say it, but getting a program like Division III into the NCAA and getting the credibility and the backing and support from all situations is really important. So it's developed and has grown, and I think we're getting more strength, and the publicity is much better. ESPN covered our game, and a lot of people got to see that, which I think is great for three things: my kids and Wabash College, and also Indiana. I think it's really neat for Indiana to have a national champion again.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the alternate possession rule? Do you think the NCAA is going to go with it another year, or what?
Well, that's hard to say. I didn't want it in the first place, and they went with it, so I don't know if we have much choice in what they decide to do. It didn't seem to affect us very much. I know one of the games, we were talking about Pete, in one of our games, he knew that it was our possession, and they tried to tie him up, and he didn't try to get rid of the ball. He just waited till the referees blew the whistle, and so we got it out of bounds.
It does have its inequities, doesn't it?
Yes, I think it does, right.
Mac, congratulations again to you. I know everyone is tickled to death in Indiana that Potsdam is not a defending champion now.
Well, it's a great honor, I'll tell you, for a true Division III school of 800 men to win the national championship. I'm awfully proud of my kids.
Well, Wabash will wear the NCAA championship well.
Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Bob Knight Show continues in just a moment.